want to talk about government this, government that, but the government can't do shit without the people that sign up to be police. The government can't do shit without the people that signing up to be judges, the military, the National Guard. How could they can make all the laws in the world, but they can't enforce the laws without people signing up for these other jobs. So what makes up the government? The people makes up the government. You see, because Edomites, what they want to do is like, if you know who Esau is, right? What Edomites like to do is they like to blame everything on their government, right? And then they even like to say, well, the government came over here and took the land for the Native Americans. It was the U.S. government. No, it was the Edomite people, because the Edomite people make up the government, man. That's just a scapegoat to put it on the government, but then, try to take the guiltiness off them, the burden off them, and say, well, it's just our government, right? So this is how they do it, right? And this is how white people do this, They act like they good people, but they know they got a group of bad ones and amongst them, but they allow those bad ones to do what they do because they understand what the bad ones are doing, enslaving people, taking lands, genocide, and all that benefits them. So they want you to judge them separate rather as a group, because they know they got this group. Okay, how many times you been around the Edomite and they say, yeah, my grandpa's racist or my uncle is racist? They allow that because they know that benefits them. But then they want to act like they the good ones. You see how they do it? That's how they hide their hand. And it's bullshit, you know what I mean? Because like I said, the government won't have no power if they didn't have people to enforce those laws, man. So what happened is, especially with, like, think about Jim Crow laws. What happened is they had laws set, right, to take power away from minorities and to oppress minorities. But what ended up happening is those laws are now backfiring on the Edomites, and they don't like it, and they mad about it, right? So they had laws, but the thing about it is, when you got a constitution and then you start making amendments to it because you see that black people or minorities are getting too much power and you want to continue to oppress them and take away their power, so you go and change those laws and tweak them to your benefit, like child support, just for example, right? Now it's a slippery slope, because now you're letting the government out the box, and the government continues to get bigger and bigger. And then what the government does is now he's using those laws to oppress all people, because the government is getting bigger and bigger. And then that shit ended up backfiring on them. Just a little thought. Salvation to you, like Shalom.